You must do what is right for you. No one else walks in your shoes. You could lay down for people to walk all over you, and they would still complain you're not flat enough. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a moment wasted from your own. The more grateful you are, the more you'll attract things to be thankful for. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Not everyone is as supportive as they claim to be. Never trust what someone says. Watch at what they do. You can't love someone enough to make them love you back. If something can be fixed, why complain? If it can't be fixed, why complain? The trouble is you think you have time. Never let a bad day make you feel like you have a bad life. Don't get married just because you think you should. Time is shorter than you think. Tell those you love that you love them, and do it often. If you've never questioned a decision, you haven't taken big enough risks. Hating a chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. Life is understood backward, but must be lived forward. You may not notice your progress because you're always raising the bar. Let go or be dragged. Stop looking for the good in people and start looking for good people. You're not responsible for your first thought, but you are for your second. Never be so kind you forget to be clever, and never be so clever you forget to be kind. No amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change, sir. The future and everyone in your life is a teacher. Some teach love and support, others teach what to avoid. You see true colors when you are no longer beneficial to someone's life. Your mind gives up faster than your body. A calm sea will not make a skilled sailor. At some point, you'll realize no one has a say in your life unless you let them. Nothing worth having comes easy. Everything can be taken from a person except one thing, the last of human freedoms. To choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. To choose one's own way. When your motives are sincere, it's not you who loses people, it's others who lose you. Knowing yourself stops you from fearing missing out on things not meant for you. The easiest way to destroy your self-confidence is to break promises to yourself. When you blame others for your problems, you give them power over your happiness and well-being. The only person who needs to understand is you. The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. The first to forget is the happiest. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. You can commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. Doing what's right for you will make a lot of people mad. You can't cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. Be careful with your words. Once said, they can be forgiven, not forgotten. If you sacrifice what you want most for what you want now, your future will be filled with disappointment. Often, the right thing is the hardest thing. Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't put in. One day, you'll thank yourself for never giving up. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. If you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. If you believe it won't, you'll see obstacles. The happiest people don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything they have. You'll die once in your life. Make sure it's worth it. The failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best you can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. When a defining moment comes, you can define it or let it define you. Never give up on a dream because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. Don't take criticism from anyone you wouldn't take advice from. Education means nothing if you're not willing to put in the effort and use what you know. The first step to getting somewhere is deciding you're not going to stay where you are. Slow success builds character. Fast success builds ego. Don't lose yourself by tolerating too much from people you want to keep. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Strive to be the person you want your daughter to marry. Stop cheating on your future with your past. You grow as much as the amount of truth you're willing to accept about yourself without running away. All failures are temporary when you keep trying. No single thing will solve all your problems. No goal, achievement, or relationship will fix you. Show respect even to people who don't deserve it. not as a reflection of their character, but of yours. Don't make decisions when you're angry or promises when you're happy. We are the average of the people we spend time with. Surround yourself with good people to be a good person. Letting go is hard, but often the best thing to do. Winning isn't everything, but you always win if you're satisfied with your best performance. Set your own standards. Trust is built over the life of a relationship, but can be lost in an instant if you're not careful. If you say you'll do something, do it. Your word is one of the most valuable things you can cultivate, and if it ever loses value, it will be hard to get it back. The world owes you nothing. Learn to be content and happy by yourself. If you need company to be happy, it makes you weak. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. Don't let emotions control your life, whether they're your own or someone else's. If you love what you do, it will never feel like work. Being kind to yourself is the best medicine. Taking responsibility for your problems alleviates more suffering than it creates. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. When you talk, you only repeat what you already know. If you listen, you may learn something. Challenging yourself is the only path to growth. Ignoring red flags because you want to see the good in people will cost you later. Avoid people who use their pain as an excuse to hurt you. Never date someone you wouldn't also be friends with. The more hard lessons you can learn vicariously, the better. Healing means taking an honest look at your role in your suffering. Don't let people know too much about you. Most don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. When you react, you lose power. Go where you're appreciated, not just tolerated. It's easy to fool someone. It's hard to convince them they've been fooled. Any thought about the future is a delusion. Fix your body before anything else. A weak body reflects a weak mind and poor life choices. Some disconnections will bless your life. When you find someone smarter than you, work with them. Don't be intimidated. There are many things worth caring about, but none more than yourself.